anything you want to go over?
Nope. Hey everybody, Drew here for Drew Games here on YouTube.com, coming at you with another episode of the Drew Games podcast, episode number 28. On today's episode, we'll be going over EA Play from July 22nd, and a couple of things that are to mention from that. Also, Ubisoft accidentally released the release date for Valhalla's DLC, Siege of Paris. We'll get into that. Games with Gold for August have been announced, as well as the PlayStation Plus titles for August of 2021 as well. So with that being said, joining me as usual, my younger brother, Desert Nord, from his channel. Hey bro.
Hey there.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Anything on gaming on your end?
Well, just chugging along, you know.
All right. So with that being said,
I don't have any gaming. I don't have any gaming news of my own to interject or anything.
fair enough. So we know you've been playing Elder Scrolls Online as always.
Sure.
I've been bouncing around between deciding on what system I want to play certain things on, and I decided, fuck it, based on the setup, I'm gonna play shit on both. That being Madden, MLB The Show, and other shit that I have for both PlayStation and Xbox, because I have the PlayStation over there on the other TV now. So that's what I've been up to, just moving shit around my apartment at this point. But with that being said, EA Play from July 22nd of this year, 2021. The only things that I jotted down from it, because it was really a snooze fest, as most things have been lately. A racing game called Grid Legends by Codemasters supposedly will be blending live action cutscenes with gameplay that you would expect in a racing game. This sounds like this is an attempt, from my point of view, to do a racing game version of Quantum Break.
Yep.
Anything to add to Grid Legends there, Nord?
Well, it looks like it could be a good game. I don't have any experience with the exact type, but it could be good.
We'll see. Also,
I mean, you know, I like racing games. You know, racing games are in my past. A lot of my gaming experience is with racing games. So
that's the only reason I wrote this down, because of your history with racing games. Otherwise, I could care fucking less about this thing.
Yeah. Well, you did say you liked Forza Horizon.
Yeah, that's probably the only one outside of the older NASCAR games at this point.
Yeah.
Those are probably the only two exceptions that I can think of racing games that I actually genuinely like. Which I normally don't really care for racing games like at all. But the next thing that they did was Lost in Random. This is basically like a slightly darker version. Sorry for yawning, everybody. But this seems like a slightly darker version of Alice in Wonderland, except for it's got like turn-based combat, and your little companion in it is actually dice with legs. So, and Lost in Random is apparently coming out September 10th for all platforms. So
yeah, I will say it's a clever little game.
Yeah, so in less than 2 months. Anything else to add
Yeah,
about Lost in Random?
I would hope that it's as clever as it looks, but I never know until these things come out.
Well, we'll see where it releases. Sorry for how much and all of that. Speaking of overpriced bullshit, Battlefield 2042.
Yeah.
As we well know at this point, it's the next Battlefield game, multiplayer only, has no campaign. So it should be being sold, in my opinion, for half of the full retail price, right?
Yeah.
But Battlefield 2042 for Xbox One and PS4 is $59.99, and for Xbox Series X and PS5 it's $69.99. So not only is it full price, but for next gen it's even more money than your previous Battlefields that have single player campaigns in them.
Yeah,
EA,
I'm not keen
yourself.
on AAA games anymore.
Yeah.
It's tough to excuse even liking any of these titles anymore.
I bought Black Ops 4 at one point for $60 because a friend wanted me to play it with him, and that was the only reason why I did it. Otherwise, I had the same opinion of Black Ops 4 going into it. It's not worth $60 if it's missing parts of the game intentionally by the developer, like a single player campaign.
Yeah.
It feels like you're ripping off the people, and then add to it, next gen is $10 more than last gen on top of it.
Yeah.
All it is just one giant rip off of customers. Nothing more.
The thing is, with a game like 2042, which these games keep seeming to be obsessed with alternate futures or whatever.
Yeah.
But the cost and the quality do not match.
Indeed.
And that's the biggest trouble with these AAA games.
Yeah. And
like, they don't have an excuse why they're so bloody expensive. Aside from saying, oh, well, we're a AAA studio, we deserve it. It's like, I don't care about you.
No.
I care about what you make.
If the AAA studio were to say, do you know how expensive it is to put the games on PlayStation? That's more believable, given the issues that the indie devs have to go through, because they have to pay the same amount of money that AAA studios have to be on PS4 and PS5. That would be more of a believable stance if they were to say that, but they're never going to say that, though.
Well, sure, but that just makes what the indie game companies put out more impressive.
Yeah, and which is also reasons why I say don't be surprised to see more indie games on Nintendo and Xbox than PlayStation in the future. Just saying, guys.
But the fact that the quality lies, and not just quality, but bang for the buck, lies in the indies.
Yeah, speaking of questionable ideas, at least at this point, Dead Space is coming back, but with...
I mean, and here's the thing, bro.
Yeah?
Just the basic thing, from our perspective, or at least my perspective. I'm not going to pay more for a game that feels like a movie full of bullshit. When I could easily pay 1/10 of that price.
Yeah,
for a game that doesn't do any of that.
So you're bringing up The Last of Us again.
Well, that's one example. It ain't just that.
Yeah, but
I mean, Death Stranding was that too.
Yeah, it was hit or miss, and for a number of people it was miss.
It was definitely one of them movie-like games.
Yeah, but...
and then what? Oh, A Plague Tale? Oh, that's so much better. No, it's the same.
You can say what you want about those games, but sometimes those games actually are fun to do. I'm just saying.
Well, I never said they weren't fun, whatever that means. I just said they were like a movie, overpriced, and woke.
In the case of Death Stranding, I don't know if it was woke,
I mean, a lot of, well,
but
yeah,
it but it,
if you look into it with those eyes, yeah, it
but
was.
it was definitely boring as hell. I'll give you
well,
that
well, there you
much.
go. There's a first problem.
In the case of the other game you were talking about, I don't think it's woke, but then again, I haven't played enough of it.
It was.
Okay. But from what I played of it, I can't see playing like more than another hour of it at this point, based on what I have played. Because it
And
seems
the thing
boring
is,
too.
everybody knows games like, for instance, Battlefield 5
Yeah.
had this problem.
Mm.
And everybody knows that the Gears series suffered this, and that the Assassin's Creed series suffered this, and there's a list of series that have suffered this
Yeah.
of becoming essentially like movies, overpriced, and woke.
Indeed.
And so what I'm saying is that entire category doesn't interest me at this point.
How did we get
And it
from a
happens to coincide with AAA games.
How did we get from a segue trying to go into Dead Space to this?
Well, because we were talking about a AAA game.
Well, you were. I was trying to segue into the next part of the
Yeah,
last
no,
part
Dead
of the
Space is a whole other matter, sure.
Yeah, because a new Dead Space was announced, but
But
with
I'm sure they could find a way to ruin it.
well, it's already basically ruined for me because the developer of it, EA, killed previously. So who the fuck's doing
Yeah.
this? I don't know.
But it'll probably be either surprisingly good or terrible. Doesn't really have a chance of being anything else.
Actually, I take that back. I think they did mention that I think it's DICE or something.
Well, DICE has a history of both bad and good.
Yeah, so Dead Space is gonna hit like Dead Space. Devoid of
Well, you would
oxygen
expect you're going
and
to have
life.
tons of hype and all sorts of people writing shill reviews and all sorts of, 5-star this, 4-star that, or 9.98 or whatever IGN likes to give
They
for every
can
damn game they're paid to promote.
they can do whatever they want, but here on Drew Dat Games, our opinion on game is based on the actual, okay, how is this playing? How is this actually working?
Yeah.
We're 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 based on the reality of what's going on here, folks. We're based on science, God forbid, something that our society seems to hate now. Almost
the
almost like we're starting to slip into old times of you're studying the stars, burn him at the stake quickly, type of shit.
well,
Like the Catholic
I would say
Church.
I would say we never stop that, but
Well,
as far as gaming goes,
yeah. Uh,
the
yeah,
trouble is you have a factionization, to coin a phrase,
yeah,
of the gaming community, or some people would call it fracture. But you got one end who just wants quality, and they get called horrible names. They get called, put into categories that are despicable categories, simply because they want a quality game, and every other aspect be damned. And then another category where they want the game to serve social purposes and everything else be damned.
yeah.
And AAA got caught up in all of that. And they obviously sided with the wanting to be a social mover sort of thing, and it's taken the quality down to levels that were surpassed in the early friggin' 90s. You know what I mean? Games games back in the especially the early to mid 2000s are even now better than some of these AAA games.
Yeah.
That's not excusable.
Yeah. So with that being said, the next topic, Nord.
Uh, I'm not sure what the next topic is.
Well, I'm asking if I can move on to it.
Oh, okay, sure.
Ubisoft, according to reports, accidentally released the release date for Assassin's Creed Valhalla's DLC, Siege of Paris.
Yeah.
And according to this, says August 5th. First of all, it's July 30th at the time of the recording at almost 7 p.m. Central Standard Time here. If you accidentally are releasing a release date for something and it's like for about a week later, how has a release date, if that's the case, not been released already?
You would question why they would market it that way. That's got to be the dumbest damn
So
marketing
therefore,
ever.
my questioning is, I don't believe this release date for it. I think this is fake news here. Based on,
it's either that or they've done some amazingly bad marketing.
yeah, to the point where not only did they not release a release date for it right before it's coming out, like they were
So
gonna
what were they gonna do? Were they gonna wait until the day before or something?
or
Oh, hey, by the way, everybody.
just stealth drop it like whoever did it with Apex Legends, Respawn Entertainment,
Yeah.
because they just randomly released that game without telling anyone because it was a free to play game.
Well, sure, and you could say with initial projects that are new IPs or whatever, that you can excuse that just by saying they didn't have money to market the game, which is fine.
Yeah, but
But if we're talking Assassin's Creed here,
yeah, and it's
give me
DLC
a damn
for their
break.
most recent game, something that some people have been waiting for.
Sure, still has millions of players,
Yeah. Now, if it actually is coming
but
out
they're just gonna be
August
like,
5th,
oh, by the way, DLC is today, everyone, and they'd be like, wait, which one? Which DLC? They'd be like frantic at that point.
to try to figure out what's actually out today, type of thing, yeah.
I mean, is that what they were trying to do? Because that's dumb too.
I don't know what's going on here. All I know is the information given that Ubisoft accidentally released the release date of August 5th for the DLC Siege of Paris for AC Valhalla. That's all I know at this point. Other than the questions that I have, I question the release date of it because of this supposed accidentally leaking a release date for something that comes out like a week later. Okay. Many questions need to be asked, like, why isn't that release date been announced already, considering how close it is? And considering that this is a leak, quote unquote, I have trouble believing the release date that it's actually that soon then. Those are the two options there. Either this is true and Ubisoft are wildly incompetent and that they had no interest in no, and if this is supposed true, them accidentally releasing the release date also suggests that they were just going to stealth drop it for the DLC, which would have been interesting, but it is what it is.
Yeah, so much for like hype and pre-sales.
Yeah.
Guess they were just gonna be like, shocker, hey everybody, we got DLC.
Yeah, August 5th. But,
Or they're not going to meet that deadline and it's a lie.
yeah. But speaking of August, uh, the games with gold for August in 2021 have been announced now. For Xbox One, on the 1st to the 31st of August, we'll be getting Darksiders 3. From August 16th to September 15th, we'll be getting Yooka-Laylee.
Yeah.
For the Xbox 360, from the 1st to the 15th, we'll be getting, and this is apparently a single-player game, which I'm actually more interested in because of it, Lost Planet 3, because, as you guys are maybe aware, I played the previous game a little bit on the channel when Lost Planet 2 was in Games with Gold a couple months back, give or take, and didn't really enjoy it because it seemed like it was a multiplayer, largely heavy game. And you know me in multiplayer games, I prefer single-player games over the multiplayer ones, despite the fact that I don't hate multiplayer games, I just have my preference. Because it's what I've largely played the most of in my life. But also for the Xbox 360, Mark of the Wolves. Yeah, that's the name of it. From the 16th to the 31st. So, Nord, your thoughts on Games with Gold for August?
Well, it seems like some of them are decent.
Yeah.
I'd probably give it a B minus, I guess.
I concur. Because I'm actually kind of interested in Darksiders 3. Less so about Yooka-Laylee, but we'll probably give it a shot. I'm actually interested in Lost Planet 3 because it's a single-player prequel to the second game, apparently. And not interested in Mark of the Wolves whatsoever.
Yeah.
However, PlayStation Plus was also announced, basically the same day. For PS4, we're getting Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville. Also for PS4, Tennis World Tour 2. And for PS5 owners launching onto PlayStation Plus, the new game of Hunter's Arena Legends. So, suffice to say, PlayStation Plus, whatever day I intend to do that anymore. Fridays will not be happening in August, because there's nothing worth doing there. Which means all you're going to be getting is Games with Gold Mondays. Do I have that on Mondays? Yeah, I do, okay. So yeah, so all you'll be getting is Game with Gold Mondays in August then. So that will probably be this Monday then. We'll have to wind up being Lost Planet 3 then, at that point.
Yeah.
Because that's only for the 1st to the 15th. And then the following Monday will be Darksiders 3 then. On this channel here, that being Drew Day Games, is where you'll find it after the fact. It will be happening live on Twitch, though, on the channel of the same name, though.
Yep.
So, that's all I got for gaming news today. Not much has happened, or rather that I've actually been seeing, as I've been focusing on other stuff that I got going on this weekend, folks, so. And also other various things between now and then, so.
Yep.
So, anything that you're looking forward to when it comes to new games coming out, if anything?
Well, I guess I need to take a harder look.
Well, in regards to the games coming out in the next month or so, like in August.
Let's see. Looks like there's 6 listed here. I guess Forza Horizon 5 would be, well, yeah, Forza Horizon 5 would be the most interesting of those.
I got 4 listed right here in front of me. August 17th, Humankind. August 24th, Kenneth Bridges Spirits. Hopefully that's still the case, because I saw the timer on the PS4 go from like 30 or 20 odd some days up to 50, so I don't know if that's been delayed or not. Because I feel like Kenneth Bridges Spirits has been delayed now. Also, August 24th, King's Bounty 2. August 31st, New World by Amazon Game Studios. Let's see. What else? Let's see what Game Rant has. Okay, so August 12th, there's Nakara Blade Point. There's Hades on August 13th for Xbox and PlayStation. There's Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. Yeah, who cares? Because that's the next gen version. Madden NFL 22, August 20th. Aliens Firearm Elite, August 24th. Psychonauts 2, August 25th. No More Heroes 3, August 27th. New World, August 31st. Of all of that, I think the most intriguing thing might be, at least on paper, New World, even though it's an MMO. Maybe No More Heroes 3, possibly.
Yeah.
And I would say Hades, but I already have it for the Switch. So, for me, of the August games, number 1 would be New World, and then number 2 would be No More Heroes, and then I don't have really any interest after that. You?
Yeah. My interest is probably even more limited.
Yeah, you
I'm probably
will.
going to end up passing on a lot of what I see.
Yeah. But anyway, that's what's due to come out in August, folks. The 2 most interesting things, as I said, are New World. Let's see some information on this. New World is a brand new MMORPG from Amazon that really held incredibly successful beta test. The game was widely praised for its tight combat, engaging mechanics. Okay, what platforms is it coming for? Is the only question. It does not say what platform it's coming to.
Interesting.
Yeah. In the case of No More Heroes 3, let's see. Yeah, it looks like this website's not saying what games are coming to what platforms for any of them.
Yeah.
But I would imagine that No More Heroes 3 would be on the Switch because that's likely a Nintendo thing. But
yeah, I'm only seeing 6 games on my list here.
what are you seeing?
Well, it's in the coming soon category.
Which is, what are the games?
Well, you've got Lemnis Gate. Let's see. 80s. Let's see. There's more than 6. That's just the premier 6. A lot of the same ones you mentioned, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Some of this is DLC too.
Like what?
Well, it looks like there's an addition for Aliens Fireteam Elite.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Looks like they got 2K22 is coming in hot.
That's WWE.
No, it's NBA.
Okay, yeah, because WWE is in theory supposed to be in October, like it has in the past.
I'm sure Chris is in love with that one.
In the case of the NBA, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm actually interested to see like how WWE 2K22 actually functions, if it does, compared to 20.
Yep.
Because there's no way they could do that again and survive with the WWE license.
Yeah, and so they got Back for Blood, which everyone's been expecting for a while now.
Yeah, I could care less about it.
Yeah, me either. And like you already mentioned, Battlefield 2042.
Yeah,
And
which we went into about the stupid fuck pricing of it.
yeah, yeah. Stalker 2.
Which
Not that interesting to me.
which actually could be interesting, but I need to see more of it though.
Yeah.
Like actual gameplay.
Dying Light 2.
I need to see gameplay.
Yeah.
Except for Dying Light 2 was announced like a few years ago
I
before
know, right?
before the pandemic, and it never came out.
Yeah. Still coming though, right? Haha.
Yeah. But either
Yeah,
way.
it's not a lot.
Yeah, so August is gonna be somewhat slow for new games. So
Oh yeah, well, definitely.
probably gonna be a good month to focus on your backlog like me
You know,
at that
and
point.
to my knowledge, in previous years, August was a lot more active than this.
Well, yeah, in previous years, people weren't flying off the fucking handle about stupid shit
Well, yeah, but I meant
as
the
well.
production of the gaming industry.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. People weren't allowed to go to the office and actually make games. I have to do it from home still, is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But either way.
Yeah, and clearly there's some kind of jam up in production for some of
Yeah,
these titles.
indeed.
Still, even now.
Yeah. And I think it's only going to get worse with a slowdown because of the years of 2020 and 2021 effectively going forward.
Uh-huh.
And I don't expect things to get any better because of shit going on in Washington. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
I mean, it's just a minute out of the right in the period where they've received the most revenue and have the most new players of any time in practically the entire history of the industry, and yet their quantity and quality have both dropped away. It seems.
Yeah. It's maddening, it's heartbreaking, it's all things in between. With that
Yeah.
being said, it sounds like we don't have anything else, so let's do the outro.
Yeah.
So with that being said, what are you going to be up to after this?
Yeah, I'm going to be playing the Elsewhere event in ESO. Trying to get as much done on that because it's a good opportunity.
I'm either going to go back to bed or I'm going to watch or play something till I fall asleep, which probably won't be too long.
Yeah.
Although I'm supposed to play the Outer Worlds on stream for something Sunday with CD, I'll probably attempt to try to get that out of the way quickly here right after this. Yes,
Yep.
so you'll probably wind up seeing me on Twitch in a few minutes, folks. Well, I should say after this. No, I still have a game installing on the PlayStation, so I don't want to do that right now. I'm probably going to lay back down and try to go live on Twitch like before midnight tonight, if at all possible.
Yeah.
Just so I can hopefully have it on YouTube before tomorrow. That being before I get to midnight here.
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to wind up having to do, So with that being said, guys, I'll see you guys probably later on tonight on Twitch in a few hours. But beyond that, I'll see you guys in either the next stream or the next episode of this or Breaking Rocks or wherever I wind up at. That being said, thank you for tuning in. Hit the like and subscribe on your way out if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yep.
Later.
Later, guys.